All right, welcome to Phantom Hearts Gaming. The, we are doing a political episode about Asha Sharma and the future of Xbox and H1B1 workers, the possibility of H1B1 workers at Microsoft. Now, if you pay attention to the Republican Party and Trump and Vance and especially Vance, they're pushing for to replace everyone with Indians and make basically like replace the Republican Party of Indians and this is starting they're doing in the corporate level, they're replacing all the corporate people with Indians. And I'm wondering, okay, as a liberal, what is your opinion on H1B? Because I'm not a liberal. I'm really curious because I haven't seen a single liberal wokey uh someone I've never heard anyone say a single word about H1B. But ultimately, they're replacing Americans and like white people, the normal demographic of the main demographic of America. But so I'm actually I'm pro layoffs at Xbox because I don't like all these liberals and woke people promoting propaganda in my video games. I want it to be like old video gaming where they just made a video game and it just didn't focus on politics and it was just a video game. That's what ultimately what we want in gaming. And yeah, we want that golden era back. But we can't with these woke AAA games coming out. But here we're gonna start what, Courtney?
Microsoft just made headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, and the other thing I'm like thinking like H1B1 workers at Xbox. So like yeah, they're getting rid of the useless people, right? And if right now it wouldn't make sense to put H1B1 workers in, but if they started actually getting rid of even more people, I think they need to get rid of a significant amount of people to even put H1B1 in gaming. But yeah, they are when outside of the Xbox space, they on the Microsoft level as a corporation, they are replacing people with H1B1 workers. And that also includes liberals. So if you're so like yeah, they're getting rid of normal white guys and they're getting rid of liberals. They're getting rid of both. But let's get into this. Like what do you think that future would look like for gaming? I'm kind of thinking like maybe they would start making normal video games again, but maybe they would push like video games that would like have propaganda is more pro Israel or like more Republican and more like maybe traditional values and then like just like all the views of like classic Republicans and then put in the I feel like it could come out with some good video games, some based video games, but I also think like ultimately like yeah. But all the other thing, in my opinion, I have the same opinion as Nick Fundas on this. Age legal immigration is even worse than illegal immigration. I rather have a bunch of Mexicans that are what 40% white or 50% white because the Spanish that invaded and had sex and colonized or no took over and created the government and modernized the Aztec Mexico. Um so yeah, I am pro colonialism. But yeah. So like yeah, I have more of a more things in common culturally with Mexicans than Indians as a white person. So all right, now we're going to play the video.
Xbox fired 1,600 American employees this week, and in the exact same year, Microsoft was approved for 2,273 H1B visas. Americans losing jobs, H1B workers coming in. One congressman just said that it is time to end H1B completely. And Indians, who make up the majority of those H1B workers, are right in the crossfire. Welcome to Equals Global, and I'm your host, Neha Upadhyay. So here are the facts. Microsoft announced 4,800 total layoffs this week. 1,600 of those came from Xbox. That is the biggest gaming layoff in history. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma called it a company reset. But here is what made everyone angry. At the exact same time, Microsoft had already been approved for 2,273 H1B visas this year. So while Americans were being fired, Microsoft was bringing in thousands of foreign workers. The reaction online was immediate. One person on X said that fire Americans to replace with visa workers, straight to jail. Another said, our government has sold us out. The anger spread everywhere very fast. Now here is the direct connection to Indians. Microsoft is the sixth largest H1B sponsor in America, and the majority of H1B workers at Microsoft are Indians. So when this story went viral, Indians became the face of it. Whether that is fair or not, every time a big company fires Americans and hires H1B workers, Indians get blamed. The narrative builds, politicians get angrier, and the calls
They're not getting blamed. That's literally what's happening. We're not blaming you. It's literally what's fucking happening. It's not. We don't even need these people. Like, just replace them with people that know how to do their job. Like, there's tons of Americans that would love to have these jobs.
to shut down H1B gets louder every time. We saw this with eBay earlier this year. Now we are seeing this again with Xbox. And each story like this makes life harder for every Indian on H1B in America right now. Now,
Yeah, like harder, like as if we give a shit if it's harder for you. Like you shouldn't be here to begin with. Make your country better and do stuff in the tech industry in Mexico or in India. We don't need your shit here. Or I don't know, like build something in Africa. Like that place isn't going anywhere. No one's doing anything there. You could go there and start building a tech industry, creating jobs there for yourselves.
here is the scary part. Republican Congressman Riley Moore posted on X this week. He said, time to end all these programs. OPT, STEM OPT, H1B. All of them should go now. That is not a fringe opinion anymore. That is a sitting US congressman calling to end the program that hundreds of thousands of Indians depend on. And it gets worse. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma, instead of facing any consequences, she was just appointed to a Federal Reserve task force on jobs. People online were furious. One person said, it is like asking El Chapo to lead the DEA. The political environment around H1B is at its most dangerous point.
Well, okay, she clearly has some kind. Yeah, Asha Sharma clearly has some like connection to H1B, Trump, and JD Vance, and all these other Indian politicians. Like the one that's running in Ohio for governor or whatever. Like, yeah, like there's literally an Indian takeover going on. When it comes to gaming though, I'm like thinking the other thing I'm thinking like, what if some dude like Umudahar takes a clown, a DEI clown's job? Umudahar is pretty cool dude. If he was making video games for us, that'd be cool. But I'm also like thinking like, I'm ultimately against H1B1, so I don't know how to feel about it. And the other thing I'm like thinking like, as soon as the Democrats get in power, are they gonna deport the H1B1 people out of here or kick them out, or like are they gonna shut down H1B? That'd be great. but like I don't see like the Democrat Party like doing anything about it because they're like there's literally no one trying to stop these people from coming in, and they're just getting free rides. They literally set up diploma mills where they come in, they have a loophole where they can come in and just say they're going to college, and then they get to be here for free, and they literally it's literally like the most scammy shit ever. And Trump's just allowing this shit to happen, and he doesn't like he's literally going against everything that he stands for. We're trying to get rid of immigrants because this country is already full of people taking jobs. Like we're trying to get rid of Mexicans and all that. Like why put more? Why create the problem even more?
In years. Now, Microsoft did respond to
It's like oh, I'm gonna deport Mexicans and then replace them with Indians. Like what are you talking about? I thought you were getting rid of these people so that you could have like normal Americans do those jobs.
all the controversy. A spokesperson of Microsoft said that these decisions are based on business needs, not on visa status. H1B employees were also affected by the layoffs in the US. So Microsoft says they fired H1B workers too, not just Americans. But the numbers are hard to ignore. 1,600 Americans fired,
I don't believe
2,273 H1B visas were approved. And it's not a story of 1 or 2 years later. It happened the same year with the same company. I mean, that is a very difficult thing to explain. Now let's talk about what this all means for Indians. See, first thing is that the anti H1B fire is burning hotter than ever. Every story like Xbox adds more fuel, and politicians are listening. If you are on H1B, your job situation matters more than ever. A layoff means 60 days to find a new sponsor or you leave. Everything you built, you have to live here in America. So, understand that the H1B program itself is under real threat right now. It's not just about talking to each other, but real legislative.
How is it under any threat? There's literally no one opposing it. What, are you talking about another Indian person firing you? No, there's literally nothing under. There's literally no threat. There's nobody opposing you. I haven't heard a single politician. The only person opposing it is people like just political figures, but I have no political power. Like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. They literally like no one's opposing you in politics.
Proposals are coming from
Except for
real
Democrats, if you
congressmen
vote for a
to
Democrat
end
instead of
H1B,
an H1B
OPT, and
one
STEM OPT
politician.
completely. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think about it? What are your views on this? Whatever you think, whatever.
All right, and moving on, Microsoft's latest round of layoffs has reignited one of America's most divisive debates, the H1B visa program. Now, the company is cutting around 4,800 jobs worldwide, including nearly 3,200 positions in this Xbox gaming division. While Microsoft says that the move is part of a broader effort to improve profitability, the layoffs have sparked allegations that
Why are you showing pictures from like years ago?
American workers are being replaced by foreign professionals hired through H1B visas. At the center of the controversy is Xbox CEO Asha Sharma, who was born in Wisconsin to Indian origin parents. Sharma began her career at Microsoft before holding senior leadership roles at Porsche Group, Meta, and Insta.
Oh yeah, just because you're born in America doesn't mean that you're American. Like you have if you what they should be doing if you want to actually be Americans, you should be like have to serve in the army and military and see combat and actually prove that you are useful and gain like some kind of honor system, like honor that proves that you are loyal to our country. Like that you shouldn't just get in the country for free. Like if you come here and you're not white and you just don't look like the average American, like you should have to literally prove yourself and go to war. And then like the other thing is like you get all this experience in the army, like you get all this combat experience, like that will go good for you to defend your home and your family, like.
Card. She returned to Microsoft in 2024 to lead its core AI product business, and in February this year, he was appointed to CEO of Xbox. Since taking charge, Sharma has launched what she calls an Xbox reset, rebranding Microsoft Gaming back to Xbox, restructuring leadership and reshaping the business. But her biggest move yet has been announcing Microsoft's wider plan to eliminate Xbox positions. The controversy has intensified because Microsoft remains one of the largest users of the H1B program. According to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services data cited by Fox News, the company received approval for over 2,000 H1B visas in 2026. Microsoft says 740 of those approvals were for employees already in the United States, changing employees, while the remaining 1,500 were renewals of existing visas. Indian professionals continue to dominate the program.
And if I hear anyone in the comments, do not be telling me, oh, immigrants, Mexicans don't take jobs. It's proven false. The more people here, the more people that come here, and if you're living in a place, unless you're homeless, unless you're just a hobo sitting on the street, you're taking a job. If you need money, if you're making money, you have a job. So you ultimately are taking jobs from people. Like a job that a Mexican does or Indian does is a job that a white man could have been doing. They're like don't come at me with that logic. And I think it's funny that these liberals are like fine with this shit, but ultimately like it affects you too. I literally was working at Qdoba and they were trying to replace us with actual Mexicans, and this liberal guy was like he literally has a trans girlfriend, like his girlfriend is a girl trying to be a guy, and he's a real man. But okay, like he's a guy, and then he's like, I don't support Trump and I'm not Republican. I ultimately am pro-immigration, but I'm my job. They're literally trying to replace me with these Mexicans. Like, you know how funny and like hypocritical that is. Like even him is admitting it. So like, if another liberal person is admitting that, like that shit could happen to you. Like, it's not just like all fun and games, dude. Like if you're American, even if you're a white liberal, like they can replace you too. That's literally what they're doing at Microsoft. You don't think that liberals get their jobs replaced by H1B1 workers? That's like the future. That's what happens.
Program accounting for more than 70% of approved H1B petitions annually and over 72% in fiscal year 2024. The backlash comes amid a much wider transformation across the technology sector. Since 2022, companies including Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, and Intel have collectively cut thousands of jobs as they shift spending towards AI, cloud infrastructure, and automation. Xbox itself has struggled to match the profitability of rivals despite years of acquisition.
Oh yeah, and that guy I'm talking about, he also was like celebrating that Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. So like, this is the dude that was saying that he's getting replaced by Mexicans was literally a hardcore liberal, like Antifa member.
Positions and heavy investment. And that suggests the latest layoffs may reflect a broader change in business strategy rather than a coordinated effort to replace workers. Now, while the political debate over immigration is likely to intensify, the bigger story for the tech industry is one of restructuring, where companies are prioritizing efficiency, AI investment, and shareholder returns over workforce expansion.
This guy, Abunapar.
Hello, guys and gals. Me,
This guy is who I'm talking about.
and you know what?
I
In a
wouldn't
year
care
full of big.
If we had more guys like Amudahar making video games. He's fucking cool. But a lot of Durka Indians are not cool.
Big L's. I want to say that something positive actually happened. You know, when there's good stuff to talk about,
Like and subscribe. You should subscribe to Amudahar. Some ordinary gamer. See you later. Bye.